What do you do when you buy a sweater quantity of yarn that, upon receipt, you fucking hate? Maybe it's a little faded, maybe the brown speckles aren't doing it for you. This is some yarn a friend of mine bought that we're going to breathe new life into, and I think some of the most compelling and fun colorways are actually overdyes of unloved yarn. So you don't have to go buy 10 bags of white yarn. Go through your stash. You know, I'm going to show some photos at the end of some overdyed skeins, including these, that look amazing, and you would never know underneath that was an unknittable, hot, regretsy mess. So these are the colors we'll be using that I think are going to work well with this base color. Spearmint Breeze Frozen Blue, Turquoise Bright Aqua, and Dharma's Fluorescent Lemon. This will take this color and make it more of a grass green and a brighter, as opposed to this kind of faded, almost a patina, but not quite color. These are 100-gram skeins, so we want to get about a gram of dye for 1%. I don't want a really, really vivid color. I want them to still have kind of like, we're going to make these into a sort of mermaid gradient. Okay, that's close enough. In goes the dye. Now I'm going to throw about the same amount in citric acid and fill this up. Just so the skein, so I want to break up that little dye clump. But we just want enough that the skein is covered and floats off the bottom. So the dye pots and citric acid are already measured out, warm, and now we've got our skeins pre-wetted so that the dye absorbs evenly. And now we just put them in. Heat set for about a half an hour. So the top here is the old color and the bottom is the new one. Isn't that, I don't know, looks very beautiful and mermaid-like to me. Here's our gradient. I'm really happy with the green portion, but the blues, even though this one is cool, this one's a warm green, and this one has a bit of that turquoise, I want it to be more dynamic, so I'm actually going to over dye 2 of these, a little more turquoise and a little bit more brilliant blue. So here we have the finished result. I really like this form of dyeing because it breathes new life into things that you've sort of lost your love for. I'm sure some people are going to think this is not an improvement on the original, but that all has to do with taste. So if you want to practice dyeing, it's great to pull something out of your stash that you don't love and play with techniques over the top. Hope that helps.